LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at KoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Husker Nation, it's your last chance to see Nebraska women's hoops in Pinnacle Bank Arena before they head to the Big Ten tournament. Head down to Pinnacle Bank Arena on Sunday, February 23rd at 2 p.m. to watch the Husker women's basketball team compete against Washington. It's senior night, so help them thank the seniors by creating a loud and proud sea of red in the stands. Get your tickets today for as low as $10. Head to huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio, from the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout with TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Otter.
You just heard that AI. You know what time it is. It's TeamMates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. My name is Des Moines Adams. I go by DeMo. DeMo and Ash, we are back in the house. I was not here last week. I was absent, but Ash took it over. And Ash, man, welcome.
Welcome back, DeMo.
It's good to see you.
It's good to have us, the tag team, back together.
Now, I actually watched the show.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have ever seen you that excited just as a human. Like you were over the moon, just full of joy. Like, talk about just what that was like to have like two mentors, coaches that played an instrumental role in your life.
I was so thankful that Coach John Larson and Coach Paul Smith, longtime Lincoln Southeast girls basketball coaches who I played for, were able to join me last week. And let me tell you, I would run through a wall for those two men. And not only did I have them as coaches, but also as teachers as well. So they're the type that not only did they teach you about the game of basketball, they taught you about the game of life. And it wasn't just we're your coach and your teachers for 4 years, then we're done. It's like, I call them my lifelong coaches, because when I was in my serious car accident, they were some of the first people when I was at Madonna Rehab to come and visit me. In college, they would always check into, when I played basketball at Westland, check in to see how things were going. So just to have them here, and they haven't changed, nor have they aged in the last 16 years. I was joking with them. I'm like, you guys don't age. You're the same. So it was just, my heart was so full that they would take the time out of their schedules to come and join me. And they are true epitome of leaders, true mentors, and just the love that they have for their kids.
And that's what leadership is about. Leadership is about relationships. And we just wrapped up National Mentoring Month. Now in the month of February is the Nebraska Mentoring Month. And somewhat the same thing. We're celebrating the power of relationships. We're creating awareness around the importance of mentoring, but most importantly, we are expanding the mentoring movement. And we are embarking 34 years here in the month of April.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to go 34 years ago, TeamMates Mentoring started with 22 middle school students right here in Lincoln, Nebraska, Lincoln Public Schools. And so as we talk about relationships, as we talk about leadership, I feel like that both of those go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that we're celebrating Nebraska, but most importantly, we today are privileged, humbled, and honored to get a chance to hear from Lincoln Public Schools superintendent. I mean, this is where it all started. And he's no stranger to Teammates mentoring either. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome special guest, Dr. John Scretta. How you doing, Doc?
Hey, DeMo, Ash, great to be with you this evening. Really appreciate the invite, and what great timing. Just amazing to have the opportunity to lift up the great Teammates mentoring program during Teammates Mentoring Month and demonstrate our commitment to year over year improving and enhancing the outcomes that our students get, who are the beneficiaries of that mentoring magic, man.
And the magic continues. This is where it started, right here, Lincoln Public Schools, with just 22 middle school students. And here we are now. Lincoln chapter is serving nearly 1,400 students.
Over 1,300 students are benefiting from mentoring week in, week out within the Lincoln Public Schools. And we're not going to stop there. Those numbers are going to increase on a perennial basis. Just last year alone, we trained over 300 new mentors, and we are committed to outpacing that number in the 24-25 school year as well. So pretty stellar.
DeMo, 300 mentors just last year alone.
Wow, man. Hey, we've known each other, but I already like your attitude. I mean, you're giving us data. You know, I was going to give a shout out to Jim Bennett, who is our Lincoln chapter program coordinator. Him and his team does a great job. And there was a time where you were working closely with him when you had this opportunity to be a part of Lincoln Public Schools. And here you are today. I mean, you're like a hero. Like, you haven't even been a superintendent a month. And already I get a text from my wife, and she wanted me to tell you thank you, because school is canceled tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought the timing lined up with this radio spot to lead off with the announcement of a cold weather day closure for school tomorrow. So let's celebrate. Yeah.
Well, we are celebrating, and, you know, we're just humbled. You know, as a superintendent, I can't imagine just the different directions that you're being pulled. I mean, Lincoln Public Schools, second biggest school district in the state, and you're new. But yeah, you found the time to be here with us tonight, so we appreciate it. Why don't you tell the listeners when you were first introduced to Teammates?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got to go in the Wayback Machine, get in the time capsule, and traveling back to the late 90s and early 2000s, when I was at Northeast High School for about a decade. Started out there as a reading and English teacher, and loved the experience of connecting with students, supporting them in achieving their aspirations, and moved into an administrative role and served as an instructional coordinator at Northeast High School when Jerry Wilkes was the principal. And Jerry gave me the opportunity to help support the rollout of the Teammates mentoring program right there at Northeast High School.
Wow.
And got to meet some incredible volunteers who were serving as mentors during that time. People like Gus Dornbush and others who are just amazing, dedicated Lincoln volunteers who showed up on a weekly basis, week in, week out, dedicated to supporting the mentee that they were paired up with. And we built that program. Started off with, I think, a couple dozen, and built it to closer to 50 by the time I stepped aside to assume some other responsibilities administratively. But it was just awesome to be associated with a program. And now at this point in my career path, to have the opportunity to sit down with Ash and DeMo and think about the impact that mentoring has and the outcomes that are achieved through mentoring, and to be able to be a district level voice, having experienced it and observed firsthand the impact that mentoring has at a building level. Because those volunteers, when they come in, those mentors offering support, no agenda, just to show up and to be pleasant and to persist in helping that student know that they're supported. It's amazing. It's such a selfless act of volunteerism. And so to be at the district level now and to get to work with great leaders like the aforementioned Jim Bennett, and to know that we are supporting a mentoring program that is really the exemplar, the optimum demonstration of a school-based mentoring program. It's just great. And anything I can do to be a voice to support the TeamMates mentoring program, I just know it's a great investment, because the dividends that come back to both the mentees who benefit from that adult mentor, but also what the mentor takes away in knowing that they have selflessly supported the needs of a student, really phenomenal.
We always like to pause and just call that time out to remind everyone who we are. And what makes us Teammates Mentoring starts with our core values. Ash, you always do a great job of letting all of the listeners know about who we are based on our core values. Ash, why don't you tell Dr. Scrader our 5 core values? And I would love to get your response, because as you mentioned, we can take this thing to the next level right here in Lincoln.
And we need to.
Because, our Lincoln chapter is our biggest Teammates chapter out of almost 190 chapters. But Ash, share with him our 5 core values, and I would love to get your thoughts and hopefully give you a deeper sense of pride and appreciation for what we're doing.
So the TeamMates mentoring program 5 core values are commitment to students, safety, integrity and trust, inclusion, and strengths-based.
Yes.
Which I'd be interested to know what your top 5 are, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. So top 5: focus, input, learner, achiever, activator.
Ooh. Achiever and activator.
Yeah, and that learner thing lines up pretty well with being an educator, because it's all about that demonstrating that commitment to lifelong learning, just continuous improvement. It's the notion of day by day, get a little bit better, and over time, attaining the results you're shooting for.
So nothing better than a superintendent when one of the strongest core values, commitment to students. And obviously these are all tied together, because with that commitment to students comes safety. Safety is a very big part in education, not only for the mentors, the teachers, but also the mentees and those students.
Absolutely fundamental. And the safety piece with TeamMates, I look at the structure of TeamMates and just the application and the vetting process for people who aspire to be mentors, and subject to a thorough criminal background check. We make sure that those candidates for mentoring also, once they're vetted and they're cleared, that they receive the support and training necessary to be there. And we have, as you know, throughout the Lincoln Public Schools, just an unwavering commitment to supporting student safety. And so our TeamMates mentors, they learn and adhere to the procedures and protocols that we have within our buildings for checking in, for badging in, and being able to go and meet in a designated location at a predetermined time with their mentee. And the safety structure and support around that benefits absolutely everyone involved: mentor, mentee, and the school staff, who are there to support, supervise, oversee, and ensure that those relationships foster the positive outcomes we're intending to target.
And then, talk about, our core value of integrity and trust. There's this level of trust because TeamMates mentoring, we have done what we said we would do and what we continue to say we will do, by making sure that these positive caring adults meet with students at the school during the school day. All communication is through the school. And so when our mentors walk into the building, we're talking over 70 buildings right here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
That's right.
There is this level of trust. Talk about just the importance of that integrity and trust as we continue to not only embark on 34 years, but our goal is 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and continuing to serve more students from 1,300 to 1,500 to 2,000. Why is that integrity and trust so important when it comes to the relationship between teammates, mentoring, and a school district?
Yeah, I really appreciate that question because I think one of the most incredible, I'm going to say it's not necessarily an upfront, overtly intended outcome of the mentoring program, but one of the things that I know we benefit as a school district from that process is by being the convening space for those meetings on a weekly basis over a classroom period. And, the duration varies, but that commitment to week in, week out, a mentor coming in. And as you know, some schools, that's dozens of those mentors volunteering their time and coming into the school on a weekly basis to support their mentee. One of the amazing things about that is it's a way in which, as a school and a school district, we can be invitational to our great community members. And it
Wow.
fosters, and this is what I want other superintendents, district administrators, building principals, who are maybe in districts where you don't have a viable teammates mentoring program, is the level of civic engagement that we are able to foster by having those mentors come into our schools and learn about the great things happening in Lincoln Public Schools, and to establish positive relationships with our staff members. And they see how amazing and dedicated our classified staff members are, from our technicians, our secure entrance monitors, our building custodians, our administrators, and then our classroom teachers, of course, in terms of just supporting the learning needs of our students. Those interactions, that's priceless. I mean, the dividends from that, in terms of the understanding that builds out over a school community that has a strong teammates mentoring program, I don't know how you would put a number on it, but it's incredibly valuable to all of us.
And DeMo and I are both mentors to students in LPS. You still are, correct?
Papillion La Vista.
Okay,
But
I am then.
But I am getting ready to be matched up with a fourth grader, because there is a need for us to match up more elementary students. Going back to your old days when you were responsible for reading and English.
Yep.
As you know, if a student can't read, they can't learn.
That's right.
And so one of the initiatives that Teammates Mentor, we're very fortunate partnering with the state to help close that gap by providing more elementary students with mentors, because of course our measure of success is around attendance, grades, and behavior. And so we have a number of staff like Suzanne Osborne Hintz, daughter of co-founders Nancy and Tom Osborne. She specifically wanted to be matched up with a young person. But Ash, you have a young person.
I do.
So,
I have a
yeah.
fifth grader, and we got paired when she was in fourth grade. And so it's at one of the elementary schools. And to your point of just like how welcoming all of your LPS schools are to those mentors,
Yeah.
and trying to create that civic engagement. Like I know, like I call every time we meet on that day just to make sure my mentee's in school, and I don't even have to, like, they know my voice now. So they're
Right.
like, oh, yep, we're going to check you. I saw her in the hallway. So yep, we'll see you in a little bit. And just like the safety aspect, like have to be buzzed into the building. I wear my badge, and then to be buzzed out of the office and always go to the counselor's office. And then just the pride though that my mentee has in her school too. Cause the other day she's like, can we go shoot hoops? And I was a former basketball player. I'm like, absolutely. Like,
Right.
I'm like, but first though, did you like get it confirmed with your like PE teacher? She's like, oh yeah, I already did all that. And so then have an opportunity to meet some of her teachers. And then one cool activity that we did was go up to her fifth grade class, and they were in like the Renaissance era that they were learning all about this and doing like self-portraits. And so she's like, we're going to do self-portraits today. I'm like, oh boy. Like, I don't think, I have no artistic ability, but I will do my best. And so it was just so great to your point of everything that you said, just like the safety, the inclusion, and how welcoming everybody is in your schools, it makes me very proud. And I graduated from an LPS school as well, so I'm very familiar. I've been in the LPS school system, so it's very cool to be a part of that and just to see you continue on that legacy.
Yeah, I think it just continues to build and enhance the sense of pride
Mhm.
in both school and community, and it's one of the things that makes Teammates such an amazing program is that
Mhm.
partnership.
So, we always like to use the phrase, teammates mentoring. We're all about providing a sense of pride, purpose, and partnership into communities, but particularly with the school district, because teamwork is what makes the dream work. There's still a need right here in Lincoln alone. There are at least 500 students who are on the waiting list.
Yeah, I fact checked that. I circled back to Jim here earlier this afternoon and was like, "Hey, what's that waiting list number looking like, man?" And he's like, 500. Like we could use
Oh my
and pair
gosh.
500 students whose they've already been identified as wanting, would benefit from a mentor, seeking that partnership. uh Gosh, would love to see that. And we have also, just while we're talking stats, I think one of the things that I wanted to note here today is in the Lincoln Public Schools Teammates chapter, about 60% of our mentors are female
Mm.
and 40% are male. And we have a real need for more male mentors. And many of the students on that list of 500 plus, that waiting list, young men hoping for a mentor to support them. Guys, get out there. Let's step up our game and get involved. And Lincoln Teammates, and go through the application process, and also, hey, appreciate the reference too to Papillion La Vista, another great program. Great programs everywhere. 190 chapters. Is that what you were saying? It's
Yes,
amazing.
190 chapters, and we're still growing. I would say in the next 3 years, we're probably going to be serving 200. But there's so much room, so much opportunity right here in Lincoln to help increase that number from 1,300 to 1,500. But, you know, let's just say 1,700, 1,800 based on the number of students who are on the waiting list. And so before we go to break, for those that are listening, we have a lot of people that are watching right now because they love DeMo and Ash. But as
What's not to love? Come on.
but as the leader of Lincoln Public Schools, the superintendent, there will be no teammates. There is no teammates without the superintendent. What would you share to the community as the superintendent about closing this gap on this need that students want a mentor?
Look, the need's been stated. So we've kind of put that out there, and it is just a phenomenal opportunity to selflessly support a young person in their growth and their journey to adulthood, and a great means of helping that young person aspire to achieve excellence. And all the measurables are out there. Like if anyone was talking to you and said, I've got this particular tool, or I've got this strategy that's a virtual guarantee to improve academic performance, every educational leader ought to be saying, what is it, and what can I do to get some of that in my school? And that's Teammates mentoring. It improves academic outcomes. There's a strong correlation to improved attendance. There's a strong correlation to reduced disciplinary incidents for students who are mentees. So, hey, the empirical validation of Teammates is there. So get involved.
Mic drop.
I was just
I
gonna
don't know what to say, Ash. What do you have to say after that?
Well, we're gonna have to circle back to that because Dr. Scretta just nailed all of the stats we were about ready to throw out. So that is perfect timing to lead us into segment 2. But don't go away. We have a lot of great stuff coming back. And before we go to break, go to teammates.org. Click that button that says Become a Mentor or to donate. You are listening to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mulberry Barbecue now has a brand new second location to help all your lunch and dinner cravings. Stop by their newest location at 6125 Apples Way near Lowe's off of Highway 2. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burn-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Mulberry Barbecue open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway and now at 6125 Apples Way in South Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cold with a high of 0. Tonight, a chance of snow showers, otherwise cloudy and cold, a low of -7. Tomorrow will keep flurries possible, otherwise decreasing clouds, continued cold temps, a high of 4 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket, and theticketfm.com.
At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Husker Nation, it's your last chance to see Nebraska women's hoops in Pinnacle Bank Arena before they head to the Big Ten tournament. Head down to Pinnacle Bank Arena on Sunday, February 23rd at 2 p.m. to watch the Husker women's basketball team compete against Washington. It's senior night, so help them thank the seniors by creating a loud and proud sea of red in the stands. Get your tickets today for as low as $10. Head to huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Attention! For the entire month of February, Acres has John Deere packaged oil and filters for 15% off. John Deere engineers its oil filters specifically for large ag equipment and commercial and residential mowers. With premium materials, these filters meet the unique demands of your farm and acreage. Following a strict maintenance routine with premium John Deere oil and filters ensures your equipment will run efficiently for years. Visit your local Acres store to start shopping today.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You are back with Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. And wow, if you missed the first segment, please go to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. When we're done with this segment, the full segment, there will be a recap link because Dr. Scrutta, Lincoln Public Schools superintendent, I mean, he made me drop the mic. I didn't have anything else to say because talk about someone that not only knows what he's doing, he's been in education for almost 3 decades. He has been a friend of Teammates for over 2 decades. and he knows as much about teammates and our data and the need than we do. And we were just finishing up just the need and just how we measure our success based on attendance, grades, and behavior. Ash, I'm going to let you share with everyone, with the world, some of our data, and we'll love for you, John, to respond to some of that data.
So first, we need to shout out Tori Murphy on our staff and Vicky Howick, because without these two, like, they are how we get these numbers. And also a huge shout out to our chapters for submitting that data.
Yes.
So thank you, chapters. So the stats I'm going to give you are from the 2023-2004 TeamMates survey, which is sent to all of our chapters. So for those of you who haven't submitted your stuff yet, I'm pretty sure you need to get on that, or Tori Murphy's going to be coming at you so we can get those new stats for the upcoming year. But let's start with a few. I'm just going to throw out 4 facts for you. 59% of TeamMates mentees showed an improvement in grades. 71% of TeamMates mentees had fewer unexcused absences. 81% of mentees report that they are engaged in their schools and or their communities. And then the final one I'm going to throw at you is 87% of TeamMates mentees had fewer disciplinary referrals. I know that was a lot. So if you'd like to look at my sheet, you're more than welcome.
So here's my hot take on some of those key numbers. First off, right at 60% improved academic performance. We are improving academic outcomes through school-based mentoring program that's really about relationships. Now let's think about how we're going to exponentially level that up with the Read Nebraska grant. Just contemplate, if you will, you referenced it, you alluded to it in earlier comments, DeMo, the importance of learning to read so that one can subsequently read to learn. Literacy, an absolutely foundational, fundamental skill for academic attainment and for really being able to get out and compete in the game of life, right? And so the Read Nebraska grant is equipping mentors and mentees with literature, with support, and with an opportunity to utilize that once a week time period to offer a little bit of additional support in one of the most fundamental life skills, literacy. And when one can read, one can do anything because reading is empowerment. And so I think about the impact that state grant has had. Really grateful. I know Governor Pillen was a major proponent of helping to make that happen, and for the legislature to subsequently adopt and into statute some commitment and resources around that really demonstrates how TeamMates, with that additive impact of supporting literacy through the Read Nebraska grant, can achieve even greater academic outcomes. So I think that 60% is only going to go up.
Wow. And, I always hear this program-wide attendance truancy. If students don't go to school, they can't learn.
Yep.
And so when you hear 71% of TeamMates mentees have fewer unexcused absences, just based on you all's strategic initiatives, how does it align with what you all are trying to achieve and accomplish?
Yeah, straight up alignment. Incredible alignment with any number of our strategic plan goals and targets around reducing chronic absenteeism, increasing day over day attendance rates, and ensuring that our students are engaged. And that's one of the things that I wanted to mention is, because Ash, you referenced the 81% engagement. And so let's flip the paradigm for a second and think about disengagement. Okay. The number one factor over the years that educational research has determined is a predictor of dropout status in school is when a young person says, I can't identify an adult who cared about me, took an interest in me, was invested in me. Okay?
Wow.
That leads to a decision of cascading decision making that pulls someone out of the school environment. And the means by which Teammates Mentoring provides the supportive, consistent presence of a caring adult that fosters engagement. And the numbers right there, that 81%. And so those students, they sustain, they retain in school, they achieve excellent academic outcomes. And so it's no accident that we will be celebrating in the Lincoln Teammates chapter 100 senior mentees who are going to be graduating in May.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes. Yes.
And I love that you brought that up because my mentee from a year ago, from where we started to where she is at today, she was a little bit naughty in regards to like attendance, wasn't involved. The grades were low. But then once we started meeting and she established that trust with me and was like, okay, I can rely on her to be another trusting, caring adult in my life. She is now involved in multiple sports, multiple activities.
Yep.
She's a leader in the classroom and she's a leader in other academic programs. So
and think about that. But for Teammates,
yeah,
maybe a different path.
Right.
And then we also know, like, LPS has accrued awesome data on this. Dr. JJ Tochek, our
Yes.
district director of athletics and activities. We've compiled the data in the Lincoln Public Schools. High school students who are involved in, participate in at least one high school athletics program or high school activity, 98+% on-time graduation rate.
That's incredible.
Amazing. And it's about engagement.
And those relationships with their coaches. That was a great example last week. And their teachers.
When you hear the saying, students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, what comes to mind when you think of mentoring and education working together?
Yeah. What that provokes for me, the thoughts provoked for me around that phrase, that adage, that truism. It's really reflective of the essence of what Teammates is about, I think, because Teammates is not an off-the-shelf prescriptive program. That's one of the things that we need to acknowledge about it. And it can make the work challenging. I mean, you referenced, it's not always easy going when a mentor makes that commitment, because these mentees need that support of the mentor. And we're not prescriptive about it. There's not an off-the-shelf program. It's about letting them know how much you care. And then that relationship grows and builds from there. And I just think that as someone who just absolutely loved my time in the classroom teaching high school English and reading, it's about establishing rapport and building a relationship first and foremost, so that those students know that you're invested in them, you believe in their potential, you dignify each of them as an individual worthy of being recognized. Fundamentally important to getting those great academic outcomes we all want.
That's incredible, because I know there's a lot of social and emotional learning that educators, teachers, continue to condition and program themselves around connecting with students, how they feel, their sense of emotional intelligence have dipped. But for our educators to have that awareness of, really asking students how you're doing versus always asking them what you're doing makes a huge difference. And so I know that's where I feel mentoring complements educators. Like, we're school-based for a reason, because we want the school, going back to your point, to feel that their community is rooting for them to succeed.
Absolutely.
Because when they win, our students win. And we want our students to graduate and become winners in this game called life. And so I know for a lot of our school districts, Teammates may feel like it's another thing. But I believe that Teammates mentoring is a part of the culture. Talk about the difference between Teammates being another thing versus Teammates mentoring being a part of the school culture.
Yeah, I think first off, what you were referencing there in terms of the importance of Teammates being a school-based mentoring program. Our schools are the cornerstones of our neighborhoods and our communities. It's where it all happens. And so the involvement of those mentors and their presence within our schools really is demonstrative of that synergy that you get when community members who are just, ready, willing, and able to commit their time are engaged with and present in the school to support a student. It just really helps those young people flourish.
Man, Ash, when you think about Lincoln, since you grew up, born and raised here in Lincoln, and just to know that Lincoln, Nebraska, we serve the most students. We're talking almost 1,400 students, 1,400 adults, and we're trying to do more. And you're sitting here with the superintendent. Like, what feelings are you having right now? Just the fact that we have so many community members that are involved, but the goal is we need more.
Yeah. And as an LPS product, myself, a Lincoln Southeast grad, it's just like DeMo and Dr. Scott, like this is our passion. Like we love kids.
Yep.
We're passionate about providing them with opportunities and the resources they need to be successful. So to hear that we have 500 kids alone in the Lincoln chapter on a waiting list, like that's Lincoln. How many other kids do we have on waiting lists all across our other a total of 5 states? So that's like, in my eyes, as a former athlete, and DeMo, you will know this too, that's like a sense of urgency. Like our grit and determination is what's going to be like, okay, how do we solve this problem?
Yeah.
We want to be problem solvers and not problem makers. And so in my eyes, I'm like, great. Now, do I need to figure out in my schedule how I add another kid? Like you, like DeMo, at one point you had 3 mentees.
Yeah.
And we always say, if we can do it with, especially you as a CEO, Dr. Scretta, you as a superintendent, our co-founder, Coach Tom Osborne, if he can do it,
right,
anybody can do it.
He
And
had a fairly demanding schedule.
no big deal. And we always say, like, you make time for those priorities. And we always say, everybody gets a lunch hour, right? Like, that's the time to go.
Yeah.
And so and then we also talked about DeMo, and you can speak to this as well. Like, some people are afraid, like, oh my gosh, what can I contribute to this child? You can contribute a lot.
Yes, there's a sense of this fear of failure, failing a kid. And, our expectations are high. That's why our core value is that commitment to students. But we're also not trying to fix kids either. And so how can you alleviate this fear of failure to those that are listening, knowing that there is a sense of urgency? And Ash knows this. I always look at both cameras and I say, we're not calling you out. We are calling you up. How can you call up more community members, not to be afraid, but also to let them know we're not asking you to fix any of our kids because there's nothing wrong with any of our kids?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. This is just about enhancing and capitalizing on the developmental assets that young people already possess. They are innately wonderful. They're great young people. And what else comes to mind for me is that, look, this is a school-based mentoring program. You're not doing it on your own. You're not abandoned. You have the support of the TeamMates chapter within your school district. In addition to that, there are resources available and provided to mentors to support them in that journey. And then at the end of it, a truism that comes to mind for me is 3/4 of life is just showing up. Like show up, be present, be consistent, and honor the moment. And I think that that's one of those things that really fosters the trust of that young person over time, is knowing that you are a reliable presence, caring and supportive within their lives.
Oh, we told you, Dr. Scretta, this is going to fly.
It's flying.
You're just dropping all the knowledge today.
And just for you as a superintendent to have the awareness of the need, for us, that is urgent. Like, there is a sense of urgency here. And, we want those that are listening, go to teammates.org so that you can learn how to be a part of this team, how you can help us to inspire a young person who doesn't need a mentor, but they want one. Don't go anywhere. We got one more segment with Dr. Scretta, superintendent for Lincoln Public Schools. You are with DeMo and Ash, Teammates Timeout.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Husker Nation, it's your last chance to see Nebraska women's hoops in Pinnacle Bank Arena before they head to the Big Ten tournament. Head down to Pinnacle Bank Arena on Sunday, February 23rd at 2 p.m. to watch the Husker women's basketball team compete against Washington. It's senior night, so help them thank the seniors by creating a loud and proud sea of red in the stands. Get your tickets today for as low as $10. Head to huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 18th is 15% off chocolates, 15% off wines and spirits, and $10 off filet mignon per pound. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through February 23rd, enjoy all-natural boneless chicken breasts for $2.98 per pound. 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloin filet for $4.99 each. Pepsi, Coke, or 7-Up mix and match $3.99 each when you buy 3. And Busch Light 30 racks just $16.99 when you buy more than $6 in fresh meat. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. We are so thankful and fortunate to be joined by LPS Superintendent Dr. John Skretta. Again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This last segment, as we told you, is going to go fast, but I have one question that I have been anxious to ask you, and that is, what is one piece of advice that one of your mentors has given you that has made a profound impact on your life? And then to follow up with that, how do you plan to carry on that legacy?
Yeah. So I was contemplating, and I always go back to teachers, coaches, family, the influence that they have on us. And was thinking, one of my high school teachers, Mr. Peters, an incredible history and social studies teacher. And he was also like our junior class sponsor back in Mount Vernon High School, home of the Mighty Mustangs, and Southeast Iowa. And he had said to us on a pretty regular basis, and he especially liked to remind us guys, the young men who, I think one of the reasons that I became an administrator is it's karmic payback, because as a high school principal, I ended up dealing with students who maybe occasionally engaged in some misconduct or had some disciplinary issues, a lot like I did. And Mr. Peters always used to tell us, gentlemen, just remember this weekend, next weekend, and every weekend going forward, never do anything that would embarrass your mother. And if you keep that in mind, never do anything that would embarrass mama, you'll probably be all right. And just kind of internalize that lesson, thought a lot about that. And, it really doesn't steer you wrong. Think about the importance of honoring family and the investments that they've made in us, in nurturing us, in helping us develop to our full potential. So I've always just tried to be mindful of that, the importance of the parents and their influence. That for me was certainly some advice that a mentor offered me, and someone whom I had a great deal of respect for. So it helped me internalize that lesson.
Love it.
Wow. And, we would love for more students to be able to have that additional caring adult to, receive similar advice, if not more advice, especially when it comes to the choices that they make, because I believe that choices give you chances or they give you consequences.
That's right.
And our students are being influenced in so many different directions, but that face-to-face makes a difference. I got one last question. And as a former Husker, I always still visualize myself, knocking someone out from time to time, like football wise, not like, punching, but, given that you live in Lincoln, Nebraska, you see a lot of red, go Big Red. If you are a Husker football player today, you had that opportunity, what position would you play?
This is an exercise in creative thinking. Because let me explain something to you. I played football, junior high. I was a walking contusion, and most of my high school career, played multiple sports, played basketball, ran track. Our football coach was an Iowa coaching icon, Jim Bellamy, and he finally came around to the notion my senior year that me and another small group of guys within the high school, we were never going to play football. So we finally had the opportunity to run cross country. That's
okay.
And if, I would have to say our two younger boys, they both played ball, and all the way through high school, absolutely loved it. And I would definitely want to just be on the line,
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Just bringing it, just full contact every snap.
The O-line or the D-line?
Oh, D-line for sure.
There we go.
Just absolutely destroy.
Okay.
Yeah. And, again, I think, if you look at my physical stature and frame, it's not too huge of a stretch.
But hey,
or is it?
but for you to say D-line, that lets me know that you got a little attitude in you. You got a little grit. You got some tenacity. And I know you're bringing that in your leadership role. And so that is why we so appreciate not just your leadership here in Lincoln, but the relationship you have with Teammates Mentoring. Here's just a piece of swag, because we want you to show off that sense of pride, that sense of purpose, that sense of partnership, not only to the Lincoln community, but to all communities that are listening and watching this. Teammates would not be possible in the schools if it wasn't for individuals in his position Dr. Scrutta, we appreciate everything that not only you're doing for our students, but what you're helping us to do by inspiring students to reach their full potential. Ash?
You guys know the drill. Head over to teammates.org today to learn more information about how you can get involved. Click that button that says become a mentor, or if it's not the right time to be a mentor and you have the financial resources to donate, we are a nonprofit, so please click that button too. DeMo and I are both back next week with a very special guest. Oh, you're listening to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Hey, Reese, you hungry? You know I am, Mama. Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce right. You got a coleslaw right here. Ooh, Lord help me. This sweet tea makes me sweet. That's what my mama said. So what are you doing right now? Get your mom to take you to Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Hello.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cold with a high of 0. Tonight, a chance of snow showers, otherwise cloudy and cold, a low of -7. Tomorrow, we'll keep flurries possible, otherwise decreasing clouds, continued cold temps, a high of 4 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Hutch for 93.7 The Ticket.